Oluwatobi Abiodun, an emergency nurse, American Heart Association instructor, IADT, UK, Level 3 trainer, graphic designer, and social media enthusiasts. He's the admin for NJO Nurses, an online platform that shares resourceful content for over 20,000 Nigerian nurses across all social networking platforms. Abiodun is the author of Get Employed, an ebook that guides Nigerian graduates on how to secure a job opportunity. He has been featured on HSE Nations, Jordan FM, and Rave TV to address issues related to emergency care in Nigeria. Featuring at the Emergence Summit 2022, Oluwatobi Abiodun.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the wonderful video. All right, now after me right now, in the next few minutes, I believe he's already there. I can see him. Mr. Abiodun, good day to you, sir. How are you doing? Hope everything is fine with you on your end. Okay, I think he's kind of attending to something, but he'll be with us very, very shortly. He's already here with us. Okay. Yeah, there goes the royal fine nurse. God, do when I will be like this one too now. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Good evening to you, sir, or good afternoon, depending on the part of the world you're currently participating from. How's it going at your end, sir? Yeah, Mr. Abiodun, sir. All right.
Hi, Maxwell, I can barely hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Is it clear now?
Apparently not. I was hearing you before, but
okay. I think
that's fine. It's fine. I can hear you now.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, sir. The stage is yours now, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so apparently I'm using my phone. So if I look up, you guys can see my face. Like I'm looking into the camera now, right?
Yeah, sure you are.
Okay. Just give me a minute. How about my audio? Is my audio very
loud and clear?
Loud
and clear. Yeah,
okay.
Loud and clear.
Very important. I think I'm the host now. Please give me permission to be the host so that I can share my slides.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Abiodun, you are the host now, sir.
Okay. I'm using both my laptop camera and my phone camera. But I just want to be sure, Max Water and Toby, I'm going to stop my laptop camera. So this is my phone camera and your camera side by side. Apparently, I did an interview with someone and I used almost the same thing. And when it was recording, it didn't show my face. So just to be sure that when it records, we are both on the same alignment.
Okay, when it actually records, it's where the voice is coming from, where the audio is coming from, that is usually recorded.
Okay, the audio is coming from my laptop.
Okay.
But I'm not using my laptop camera. So most likely this image would not reflect when it's recording.
Obviously not. It will not reflect.
Which is to me, it's really sad because. Okay, so let me look for another option.
It's okay. Don't worry. Just proceed. It's fine. It's okay. Definitely, we'll find a way to work on the video to get your face to appear.
I would really want my face to show. I would really want my face to show. Okay, just give me a minute.
Please take your time. Take your time. Okay, while we're waiting for that, okay, yeah, while we wait for him, so let's okay, like I said, we're going to have lots and lots of interactive session, and we're going to have some videos playing as well. Okay, I hope everyone can Nosfadayo, good evening, Maximum Max. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you so much. Not shy, it's nice to see you, the vibe bringer. Okay, all right. Abiodun is going to be with us very shortly. Please don't forget to always keep your questions in the comment section. All right. All right. While we are waiting. And please, everybody, mute your microphones, please, unless you're allowed to talk, unless you're asked to talk. Please, can you mute your microphones? Thank you.
The global economy look a lot different from the past decades. A new potential golden age could emerge if nurses across Africa are in touch with global realities, rejuvenated, positioned and empowered to dominate that space. This is why Prince Will Agedo, founder of Empower Nurses Consult, has gathered top minds, industry experts and thought leaders across Africa in a summit tagged The Emergence, remolding 21st century nurses as stakeholders of the contemporary global economy. Speaking at the event are Dr. Malvis Humphrey, CEO, London Professional Training Center, Toby Ali, new media consultant and peak performance coach, Julie Mogbo, Principal Consultant, Royal Nursing Consultant, Collins Ogbolu, Executive Director, Lead North Africa International Foundation, Dr. Roland Health Tech Strategic.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready now.
Okay, over to you. Over to you. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to be sharing my slides now. Can everybody see my slide? If you can see my slide, let me know in the comment chat box. Max, can you see my slides?
Yes, yes, I can see your slides. I can see it perfectly.
Oh, great. Thank you. Trying to ask for me. Okay. Once again, can you see my slides?
Yes, yes, I can see your slide. You can see your slide.
Okay, great. We have 30 people and you guys can see my slide. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abiodun Oluwatobi. And today I have the utmost privilege of discussing with you all on the business of healthcare. Before I proceed, I would like to strongly appreciate my colleague, my friend, and the team behind this Emergence Summit. It's been a fantastic journey, starting from the point where I was notified that I'm part of the speaker till now. The update has been phenomenal. I don't know if Prince Will is part of the audience, but I just want to say a big thank you to you for creating this platform for a lot of nurses to gain the global idea and to particularly experience some of the ideology that both of us shared privately. Thank you so much. I do not take this opportunity for granted. And today I'm going to be talking about the business of healthcare. I think it's quite very, very important that we discuss business in healthcare, considering the fact that globally, a lot of things has been happening in the healthcare system when the pandemic started, and we have seen a lot of shifts in the way healthcare system have been delivered. And sadly, nurses are at the bottom of the ladder when it comes to strategic positioning. But I'm not going to dwell on that. My focal point today, I'm going to elaborate on my focal point, which I'm going to allow you guys to be aware of in a minute. I don't know, my system is really hanging, probably because of the bandwidth. But my name, like I said, is Abiodun Oluwatobi. My Instagram handle is Abiodun NJO. I'm trying to move to the next slide. So yes, this is me. I'd love you guys to meet me. By profession, I'm an emergency nurse. So I'm a nurse, but my specialty is in emergency medical care. I actually did specialize as a nurse. After my nursing program, I did specialize in emergency care. I'm also an American Heart Association by choice. And I said by choice because it is something that I decided that I want to become. And in the course of me sharing some of my story, you're going to see the reason why I became an American Heart Association instructor, which is apparently very, very few of us in Nigeria. Prince is also an American Heart Association instructor. But myself, I am actually certified to train all American Heart Association courses, and that is BLS, ACLS, First Aid, ECG, bloodborne pathogen, and the list of others. I'm also the founder of NGO, and NGO stands for Nurses, Jobs and Opportunities. But now NGO Nurses is coming under the umbrella of NGO Healthcare Services. I'm going to be discussing that as well. I'm also a creative designer, and creative designer is a broad term, but I'm a very creative person, and that is by interest. I really pick a lot of interest in color, branding, and design generally, video, graphics, visual, anything visual. I'm very interested in it. And I'm also, I've also authored 3 books, apparently ebooks for now, 3 ebooks, which I'm also going to be discussing in the next slide. So that is just me in a nutshell. For those that are not aware of myself, that's just me in a nutshell. I'm multi-talented. I've got other skills as well that are not included here, but I'm just going to like stop at this point here. These are my 3 books. The latest one is The Big Dream, and it's the ultimate guide to migration for Nigerian nurses. The idea behind this book is just to really expose a lot of Nigerian nurses to the opportunities, to the borderless opportunities for them to actually migrate out of Nigeria for brain gain specifically. And the book is free. I've also authored the Digital Ozu. It's an e-book. And it's just 3,000 naira for anybody that's interested to get them. The links are going to be shared in the chat box. And you know, this book was bettered during the pandemic. I actually saw that a lot of people were seeking for you know, income, because you know, a lot of people lost their job during the pandemic, you know, and I wrote the book, you know, sharing multiple streams at which people can actually get money online. And also my first book, which is The Stay Employed. It's a phenomenal concept. I actually did a lot of research. I was inspired first, and I did concrete research, you know, to write about the mistakes that nurses face or encounter, particularly Nigerian nurses, the mistakes they encounter when they are trying to secure a job, you know. And I also, you know, added a bonus of 22 income generating opportunities for Nigerian nurses. Both of the books are 3,000 naira each. The links will be in the group chats by now for anybody that is interested. But if you can't afford it, it's fine. You can grab the free one. The link will also be in the chat box for anybody that is interested. Moving on, I would just like to briefly discuss, just as Maxwell Walter said earlier about the NGO nurses. This is actually my latest project that I did. It was a 1-week extensive project, and a lot of people actually tapped into it. Some people won money, some people gained a lot of information, some people were inspired, and it was fun filled. We were able to generate close to $2,500. We did a lot of giveaways, we did a lot of quiz competition, we did a lot of challenge, we did scientific presentation, information about migrating to the US and Ireland. It was really power-packed. And for those that missed it, you can just go to our YouTube channel. Some of the replay videos are there. Moving on, I would like us to pray first before I continue my agenda for this session. So let's just take like 1 minute to pray. In Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus, Father, Lord, I commit myself unto your able hands, that everything I say during this session is going to be inspiring, is going to deliver the message. I have prayed before that everything I say shall spare someone, shall impact a life, shall rediscover generations, shall break any form of mindset blockage. Father, Lord, I invite you into this session, that you take control. For everything I say shall make meaning. For everything I say shall impact life. For everything I say shall deliver results. I ask this in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. So, what is the agenda for my session today? I have 4 agendas, ladies and gentlemen. 4 agendas. Number 1, I'm going to be discussing my journey so far, particularly when I finished from nursing and to this stage where I am. I'm also going to be talking about how everybody that is listening to me today can take their stake in the global economy. And I'm also going to be talking about things you can do outside of the bedside as a nurse, and what are the practical steps that you can do those things and the tools that you're going to be using. So let's start with my journey so far. So this is me here. This is 2013, I believe. 2013. Sorry, my slides are just hanging. So this is me here. Just to reconfirm, just to be sure I'm not just talking to myself. If you can hear me, can you drop a comment in the chat box? If you can hear me clearly. Okay, great. You guys can hear me. I like that. I like the energy. So this is me year 2013. And this was during my nursing school program. Very young boy, innocent looking. I really do not know what I want in life at this stage. I was just playing along. I gained admission into nursing school, into a private nursing school in Abiodun, Ogun State, Sacred Heart to be precise. And this is me year 2020. Goal-oriented. I've done a lot of projects. I've impacted life. I've built my network. I've faced life difficulties. I've seen a lot of things. And it's actually a huge leap. That's like 10 years. And I would like to share with you in between what happened. How did I get to the position where I am? How did I become the go-to nurse when it comes to NGO nurses, informations, jobs and opportunities, and becoming the person I am today, from somebody that is naive, that do not have any direction in life, that do not know what the future holds, to becoming somebody that is globally reckoned with in Nigerian nursing community, to become somebody that is doing 1-week projects, doing different impactful projects, written books, gone to different places, done different trainings at different levels, gained global certifications, currently working in the UK. How did I jump from that young little innocent looking boy to becoming the person I am today? I'm going to start with, this picture, this image. And I put this image as cooking phase of my life. So after I finished nursing school, I cooked myself. And what do I mean cook? And what do I mean cooking phase of my life? I was curious. I was just going for programs. I was in Lagos then. And if there's any free programs that is talking about professional development, that is talking about discovering your potential, that is talking about gaining skills, digital skills, offline skills, I find myself there. Apparently, during that time, I wasn't earning too much, so I didn't go for the high-end programs that are quite expensive. I was going for the free ones. The least I could do is just the transport. So I was going for the free ones. I attended the LinkedIn program. I attended Boost Your Business that was organized by Facebook. It was free. They were teaching business owners, particularly small business owners, on how to use Facebook. And I can tell you, it was that day I created my NGO Facebook page, an NGO group, which has grew now to about 12,000 members. I also attended the Push Through Boundary. It was really an emotional and mindset shifting program. It was free, 3 days program, it was free. I attended that. I was cooking myself, I was breeding myself. I was investing in my mindset, investing in myself, psychologically, building my skills, building my mindset, building my emotional intelligence, building my capacity, building my understanding of life. This was a paid program actually on emotional intelligence. It was a 3 days power pack package that was organized by Subcar, very mind-shifting program. This was another free program I attended. It was organized by Benedict. Benedict was not popular then, although it was known on Twitter to be, vocal when it comes to professionalism, when it comes to scholarship opportunities and CV writing. And then he came down to Lagos. He said he was doing a free program. I made sure I was there. And in this program, he was talking about CV review. And it was immediately after this program I started doing CV for people because I've gained that skills. Until date, I still review CV for people, from the knowledge and information that I was able to gather from that training. And this was one of the trainings that was organized by one of my, long-term distant mentor, Jimmy Tewe. And, during the training, it was free as well. During the training, he told us and explained to me the importance of getting books. And I was just like, oh, I need to start investing in buying books. And I went to the Staples and grabbed some couple of books. And guys, I can tell you categorically that it was in this point I bought a book written by Jimmy Tewe himself. And after I read that book, I got the inspiration to write my first book, which is the Stay Employed. And, Stay Employed has really, really impacted a lot of lives. And, the story is just from there upward. Moving on to the next slide, I'm going to show you some of the trainings that I've also attended as well. This was done in First Stack. I remember these days vividly. And this training was on fear. They were training us on how to tackle fear. This was a picture with Jimmy Tewe. I'm sure a lot of people here know who Jimmy Tewe is. If you don't know Jimmy Tewe, you should know Bankole Williams. If you don't know them, they are very, very big when it comes to emotional intelligence, trainings, investing in people's mindset, professionalism, and all of those things. And these periods were the periods where I was cooking myself. I didn't just come alive to become who I am today. I undergo the process of investing in my mindset. And that is what I would like to communicate to everybody that is listening to me today. You need to invest in yourself. If you do not invest in your mindset, if you do not invest in cooking in yourself, you cannot become that person you want to be. You cannot become that person that would attract global attention. You need to invest in your mind, either free or paid or any way you can think of, any opportunity you see, you invest in yourself. And that is why programs like this are very, very important, because you expose your mind. You're exposing yourself to informations that are not there on social media. So this was a phase in my life where I was investing in myself, going for trainings, free trainings, paid trainings, any training in Lagos that is talking about developing yourself, I find myself there. Anything that is talking about investing, anything that is talking about impacting my knowledge, I find myself there. And then as I continue to attend those trainings, I come to realize that I need to practicalize some of these things that I've learned. I need to practicalize some of these skills. And then I looked around myself, say, where can I practicalize some of these skills? You know, organizations then were not recruiting. You know, jobs were really scarce, to be very honest. It's either you're self-employed or you're very good for you to enter top organizations. And the little or no opportunities available are volunteerism, you know, platforms where you can volunteer your skills and you don't get paid. And you know, I was very, very much happy. All I just want to do is just put these skills that I've gained over the time and then practicalize those skills, you know. And I started volunteering for different organizations. This was myself doing volunteering for MTN. This project took us to different locations in Lagos. This was myself volunteering as well with Nurses Got Talent. We're doing projects in different hospitals. You know, metamorphose into me being, you know, part of a safety organization. Also as a volunteer, you know, serving in that organization as one of their safety officer without getting paid. And it's really, really important to emphasize the importance of volunteerism here as regards becoming a global audience. You can't escape you volunteering your skills. You see, at a level of impact that you want to make in life, you need to volunteer your way into it. You understand? You need to be willing to surrender and say, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to offer myself for this particular project. For you to get to that next level, you need to be willing to surrender yourself and say, I have these skills, because there's some of you here, you have cooked yourself already. You have a particular skill, but you are not deploying that skill. Start with volunteering with, you know, your church, if you're a Christian, or in your mosque, if you're a Muslim, or in any impactful organization, and say, I would love to volunteer my skills, you know. And I'm not just saying this because of what I've read or because of my research. These are the things I did. These are the things I'm doing to become the person I am today, you know. And then it just grew from there. You know, starting from the part that where I'm going for trainings, free trainings across Lagos, sometimes outside of Lagos. And then I grew to become, you know, to start volunteering in different organizations. And then I started organizing trainings for medical practitioners, doctors, nurses. So this was one of my training. Apparently, the first training I was doing in Lagos, it was packed. Guys, it was packed. And this was training on basic life support. I started with Favor Healthcare Services. So Favor Healthcare Services is an organization based in the US, and the founder came to Lagos and somebody connected us together and said, I explained to him, you know, because, you know, what was in my mind was service. I wanted to serve. I wanted to put all my practical knowledge into play. And I told him, I can organize a training for you. You train healthcare workers on basic life. So he said, yes, let's do it. He agreed to the term. I got location. Location was not difficult because, like I said earlier, I was everywhere in Lagos. Any free program, I was there. So I have access to different locations, you know. And I had the community. I just posted information on the group, and, you know, the rest is history now. All the trainings I was doing with Favor Healthcare Service when it comes to BLS, it was always sold out. Sometimes when we organize training, there is no space for participants to sit. Some participants say, I paid, but there is no seat for me. And this is not just me saying it, this is a picture evidence. You know, all the training I was doing with Favor Healthcare Service was packed. And I am sure people are going to look at this period and say, Abiodun, how did you do it? I started from the bottom. I started by training myself. I started by going for trainings, paid trainings, free trainings, investing in my mindset. I started again from there to start volunteering in different organizations. It was amazing working with Favor Healthcare Services. My first phone, I bought my first phone for 180,000, was Samsung. And I'm going to share a story with you guys. You know, it was one of the profits, my first profit from doing the training with Favor Healthcare Services. And then we did another training again. And a lot of people were paying into my account. And it got to a point where GT Bank, I was using GT Bank then. And that GT Bank account I was using, I opened it when I was in school. And it was student account. I never knew that after my school program, I never knew that, oh, it's student account, I need to upgrade it. So I was still using that same student account. And I was using it to operate the business. And it got to a point where people were paying for one particular BLS training that we organized. And then people were saying they were sending me money, but the money was bouncing back. I was furious. I was mad. I went to the bank and said, people are sending me money. Why are you bouncing the money back? Like, why are you people like this? Like, I need the money, you know. And they told me that, are you aware you're still using student account? And there's limits to your student account. Oh, it just clicked now. Wow. So I asked them, what was the limit? They told me that for student account, the limit is 1 million. Apparently, I remember that project, we generated 2 million, and the profit was close to about 1 million plus. Very, very impactful project. And, you know, I just told them I need to upgrade my account to a business account. And then, you know, created an account and then upgraded from there. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is you can't skip the process, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry, that for every greatness you see in life today, for everything you see in life, for Prince Will, for every of the speakers, for the Sentinels, for Toby Ali, for, you know, all of these speakers that are coming, we undergo the process. You know, we started from the bottom. We grew to this level where we are. You can't skip the process. You can't make that choice to say you want to become who I am. You have to cook yourself. You have to volunteer. You have to, you know, you have to go through the process. You can't start from JSS3. You have to start from primary 1, guys. You have to go through that process. You know, it was a beautiful experience and relationship with Precious Favor Healthcare Services. And, you know, the story just keep going around that, oh, Abiodun organized training for medical practitioners, nurses, doctors, and all that. And then I collaborated again with Prudent Art Care Foundation. This is a foundation that was owned by a nurse who is based in Dubai. And, you know, I spoke with him, I sent him my portfolio and he said, let's do it. Let's do trainings for nurses. And when we did ECG training for nurses, God, it was, we had to change location. And if you're looking at this picture, you're going to see that this venue is different from the venue I was using with Favor Healthcare Services. We had to upgrade to a bigger venue because the audience was just growing. Power packed, sold out as well. All the training I did with Prudent Art Care Foundation, all of them are always sold out. And I'm going to be sharing the secret with you guys. Just stay with me. And then, you know, I was hungry for more. It's fine when you're doing projects, when you're doing, you know, impactful events, but when you are not a trainer, when you are not the one talking, when you are not the one people are expecting to see, you know, it's just like you are just at the back of the curtain. I wanted to be on the stage as well. I wanted more because I know I can do more. I've cooked myself. I've undergone different trainings. Even till now, I still train myself online, offline. So I wanted more. I said, how can I get more? I spoke with Favor Healthcare Services. I want to become a trainer. I want to train people. I spoke with Prudent Healthcare Foundation. I want to train people. But this organization do not have the capacity to train me to become a trainer. I said, okay, I'm going to end my relationship with you guys. It's been a good time working with you, but I want more. I want to step up. I want to come on this stage. I want to become a trainer. I did my research online and I discovered Angel and Eagle Global Rescue. And I approached the CEO. He's a Rotarian. I approached him because I remember the first time I went to see him. I went to see him at Rotary Club in Ikeja. I said, sir, I organize trainings for organizations, you know, Favor Healthcare Services, Prudent Healthcare Foundation. I've done trainings where it's packed out. but I want to become a trainer. I said, if you want to become a trainer, first of all, you have to let go of those organizations because I'll have to bring you on board. You know, I'm bringing you on board means you only need to work with me. I'm going to train you to become a trainer, but you are going to be earning less. Guys, while I was with other organizations, I was earning more. Sometimes when we do training, I go home with 300,000, I go home with 400,000. You know, I got different things, and it was juicy there. But I had to sacrifice that money to earn less because of me going up the ladder. And I said, yeah, it's fine. I parted way with them, and I joined Angels and Eagle Global Rescue. Guys, you know, when I joined Angels and Eagle Global Rescue, it was phenomenal. I became an American Heart Association for BLS first, then ACLS, and then ECG. And then I was going to different organizations. I went to oil and gas. I've been to Port Harcourt, went to Borno State, Abuja. You know, Angel and Eagle took me everywhere in Nigeria. Every state in Nigeria. I've been to Benin, training people, impacting life, BLS training, ACLS training. When it comes to BLS training, I can train BLS without slides, without video, because I was just doing training back to back. We're in Loot, in the whole of Lagos, we're everywhere. Went to Benin, Borno State. Borno State was fantastic. During the point where Boko Haram insurgency was happening in Borno, we're in Borno State training the medical team for the armed forces. We're in Abuja, we're in different locations. You understand? But the pay was less, but I decided to take that pay because I wanted to step up. Guys, there are some positions where you want to go to in life. The reward might not, you know, fit that position, but because you want to step, because you want to upgrade, because you want more in life, you need to go through that phase. You know, it was a fantastic journey. You know, working with Angel and Eagle till now, I still work with them till now. Every year they usually do, you know, end of the year get together, and I'm always winning prizes. If I don't win the best team, best staff, I win most of the things I win is best sales rep, or best sales person, because I generate a lot of customers for the company, and you know the reward is there, the picture are there, you know, as an evidence to show. Moving on, it didn't just stop there. I was working with Angel and Eagle. I've become an instructor. I said, okay, I need to also establish my own organization. I need to step up as well, you know. And then I started NGO Healthcare Services. NGO Healthcare Services, we provided different healthcare services. This was myself in Abuja. I went for training in Abuja under NGO Healthcare Services. I organized trainings for nurses on bloodborne pathogen, ECG, different medical trainings. You know, I went to Big Cola to train their staff. This was when one of the shows in Eco Hotel invited us to provide emergency care services for them. And as you can see here, it was my team member with Pato Ranking. It was a beautiful experience. You know, we trained the Lagos State Ministry of Health. I trained multiple companies, you know, under NGO Healthcare Services, because, you know, it was a process. I was growing through that process. I was growing. And then I also worked with Vigor Healthcare Drive International. It was a US-based organization. It was apparently an NGO organization connected with the founder, who is also a nurse practitioner. And then we did projects across Nigeria. We went to Babcock University. We went to ABU's area. We also did a program in Lasut. It was phenomenal, guys. It was phenomenal. You know. So this is me here having a program sold out as well for my colleague. But if you look at me here, you're going to think that, okay, this is this guy organizing trainings for nurses, doing different programs, still running my NGO nurses platform, and the impact is there. How did they get here? It didn't just fly. I didn't just get here all of a sudden. Remember, it started from 2013 when I was young, naive, didn't know where to go. I finished nursing school, started going for trainings, volunteered, worked with different organizations, worked with different CEOs, worked with different bosses, you know, to becoming the person I am today. Beautiful experience. It didn't just stop there. I wanted more. I wanted to do more. I was not satisfied. I've become a trainer. I've run NGO Healthcare Services, but I wanted more. I've written articles. I've been invited to radio stations to talk about emergency care services. I've been guest speakers on live and offline events. I've done, you know, non-healthcare projects. This was the talk we did in Lagos. And then I said I wanted more. I went back to school again to specialize in emergency nursing. It didn't just stop there. I won awards as well. So this was my nursing tutors in school. Was awarded the best anatomy student for my set. This was an award I won recently. This was an award was given to me by an hospital. Different awards to my name. And this is just to show that it didn't just stop at volunteering. It didn't just stop at training. It stopped at me practicalizing those informations that I know. And then it metamorphosed into me becoming an award-winning nurse, becoming somebody that is reckoned with in the global nursing space, particularly in Nigeria. Moving on into this agenda, I'm going to be talking to you on this segment on how you can take your stake in the global economy. And there are 5 critical things you need to know, or 5 critical things you can tap into. Number 1 is community. You want to build a community. For you to gain connection into the global space, you need to own a community. If you don't own a community, you need to build your career. That is another way to tap in. If you're going to build your career, you need to build a brand, a public brand, a brand voice, a brand that is reckoned with. Or you can build a business or an NGO. Those 5 things are very critical. You need to find your way into one of them. For me, I chose community and career. You can do the 5. You can choose 1, you can choose 2, you can choose 3. But either of these 5 ways is one of these 5 ways are the highest and critical way to connect to the global economy in today's world. For you to own a stake in this economy, you have to do these 5 things. One of these 5 things. Community building, brand, business, career, or NGO, non-for-profit. That way, your voice will be global. Your voice will be global. If you're doing any of these things, you're the best in any of these. I'm going to unpack all of this for you guys to digest very well. Let's start with community. And I'm going to be giving you example. So example of community is myself. I built community around NGO nurses. I can tell you guys, with all sense of humility, guys, if you want something to trend in Nigerian nursing space today, and you meet with me, I will make it trend. Because of the community I've built, because of the network I've built. If you want anything to trend in Nigerian nursing space today, give me that information today. I vet the information. Tomorrow morning, people are aware of that information. I didn't start now. I connected by building community. And also Principal Abiodun, who is organizing this program, also has his own community via HIC and Empower Nursing Consult. We have Ogbeni Oluwatobi, who has built his community around fellow nurses Africa. The lists are endless, guys. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm just giving you an instance. So for you to take your stake in today's economy, you need to build a community. The options are 5, like I said. But one of the ways you can do that is to build a community. How do you build a community? Or what is even an online community? An online community is a group of people who interact with each other on an online platform. And this community can range from 10 billion people to 10 people community. So once you have a community of 10 people, you're already a community owner. You understand? So some of you are listening to me today. What community can you build? You can build community around doctors, around nurses, around antenatal or people that are breastfeeding, around children, around teachers, around politicians, around digital entrepreneurs, around business owners. Build your community. That way you can connect to the global space. And how do you start by building your community? Your education, your experience, your exposure, your expertise. The 4 E's for community building. Start with your education. For me, I started with education because I'm a trained nurse, and it was very, very easy for me to build a community around nursing. Some people is your experience. Some people have built community around mental health nursing or mental health in general because of their experience with mental health. Some people have built community around digital skills because of their experience as a digital creator or content creator. So what is that experience that is unique to you that you can build a community around? What is your exposure? Some people geographically, they have built community around them. I have a friend, Ifeofela. She's very, very engaging on YouTube. She has a community for those in Canada. As a result of her exposure being in Canada, she built a community for herself. And then your expertise, what are you good at? Build your community around things you're good at. Build your community around these 4 things. For those that choose to build a community, these are the 4 critical things you can do to build a community. Your education, the things you know, your experience, your exposure, and your expertise. Build a community around it, and you see yourself connecting to the global world. How do you build a community? You build by first defining the purpose and the goal of that community. Where are you taking those people up? 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, 200 people, 1 million. Where are you driving? What's the ideology you're driving? You need to define that. For me, when I created NGO Nurses, I wanted to create opportunities. That was the goal. That was the mindset till now. What is the opportunities I need to create for these people? That was the vision. That was what I used to build my brand. That was what I used to build my community. Information, opportunities, jobs. You understand? So select your community platform. I started with WhatsApp. I've outgrown WhatsApp now. You're very, very much active on Instagram and Twitter. You know, select your platform, build a membership profile. For me, I chose Nurses. Once you have graduated, you have your license. That's a valid license. That's a valid connector for you to be in our community. Just be a nurse in Nigeria and have your license. You join the community. Simple. So you need to develop a membership profile. Some of you is doctors. Some of you is young students. You need to have a membership, profile, and then build the rules and regulation. During my times of, operating NGO WhatsApp group, the rule is that if you post any content that is not nursing or information or opportunity related, we take you out. We remove you, and many people attack us for that. You just remove me. It's because you're not following the rule. Those are the rules that guide community building. Set up your community, identify key stakeholders, admins, people that are going to be managing your community, promote your community. And there are some communities that are free or paid. Choose. I'll say start with free, and then if you grow, you can build and change to paid community. Most YouTubers have paid communities. A lot of people have paid communities. There's some communities that have joined today as a result of me paying my way into that community. You understand? Some communities, for you to gain access into them, you need to pay your way into it. You need to pay. There are some programs when you pay for, they'll say they're going to add you to a group. For those that are paid for that program, it's still community. So build your community. The next is brand. Let's talk about brand as a opportunity for you to take your stake in today's economy. Brand building. Brand is all about your identity. Who are you? Are you why people will see you and reckon you, just like Apropos Doctor is a brand. And that way it's having a stake in the global world today. Your brand. And I've given an example here, Kelvin Osai. He has his own brand on Twitter. He's very vocal there. People know him. The male nurse. Once you think of a male nurse, you think of Kevin Osai. Prince Wiagedo is a brand, global nurse, DNI. The sender is a brand on his own. And Nursing World Nigeria, a brand on their own. Mercy Mary, a brand on YouTube with 120K followers. Apropos Doctor, the list are endless. I can continue to mention different brands, And how do you build brands? This is a list of ways to build brands. I can screenshot this aspect and then study it later. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of this because of our time, because I know I'm running out of time. The next is business. Business, create business. Some of you do not have the capacity to manage people, to manage community. Guys, I've been managing community for more than 6 years. It's not easy. People are difficult. People are difficult to manage. Some people cannot stand the insult of community, particularly when you're standing from the school. So if you can't do community, you build your brand. You build your brand. If you can't build a brand, your brand is not vocal, you can build a business. Build a business. Build a business. And we have nurses in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. We have Oyewole Arinze, a very close colleague and friend of mine. He owns the Merchants Nurse, generating multiple profits monthly, helping people to, sort out their payment process. We have Decency Oyekachi. He was part of our Nurses Week guest speaker. He owns a big brand when it comes to NCLEX in Nigeria. He's reckoned with somebody, he's forced to reckon when it comes to immigration to the US, making profit, via business, connecting to the global stake, helping people from different locations to migrate into Nigeria. We have Precious Damilola. Precious Damilola is a close friend of mine. He's not a nurse, but he's connecting his stake via business, creating precious diligence, training medical doctors and nurses on basic life support. We have Mrs. Ayila, who is the owner of my care assistant. She's a nurse. Her business is doing very well. We have Miss Tolu as well, who owns the Tolu, the midwife brand that train mothers and, you know, expectant mother and expectant father on how to care for their baby, breastfeeding, and all of those things. And she's been doing trainings for global organizations, Starling Bank, different corporations. We have Alex Essence, who owns the Baby Nurse Africa. We have Chioma Okonkwo, the Fruit Nurse. So these are businesses that are owned by healthcare practitioners and nurses. And via their business, they're owning their stake in the global world. And how can you build your business? I'm going to bore you guys with that. You can Google how to build business. You can check on YouTube, but most importantly, register your business and on a website. And then NGO, non-for-profit, I think is one of the fastest way to connect to the global space. It's one of the things that a lot of nurses are not tapping into. And this is a huge secret for those that are listening to me. One of the fastest way to gain global recognition, don't tell anyone this, just keep it between myself and you guys. One of the best way to gain global recognition is through owning NGOs. That's a huge secret. Just own an NGO, seek for grants. I was going through an application process for an NGO and I saw the winner. And guys, when I saw the project that the winner of that grant, the grant was for $10,000 US. And when I saw the project that the winner did, I was just shaking my head. What did she do? She went to public and primary healthcare centers to distribute maternal kits for pregnant women. I'm not trying to discount or trying to undermine the effort or the impact that has generated, but I'm saying these are things that nurses too can do. What is stopping you from owning an NGO? Own your NGO. You know, just find a way or find a problem in healthcare, either malaria, HIV, maternal, the list are endless, cancer, you know, drug abuse, mental health. Create an NGO to tackle that problem. Once you're able to do that, start seeking for grants. That way you can easily connect to the global world, you know. So I've mentioned 4 things. Number 1, community. Number 2, brand. Number 3, business. Number 4, NGO. How do you create NGO? I'm not going to bore you with that. It's quite some technical applications, but just Google it, check on YouTube, register the NGO, and then most importantly, create a website. And then the last but not the least is career. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the fastest ways to connect to the global world is through career. I recently interviewed Dr. Yetunde. The video is close to about 1,000 views on our YouTube channel. And, you know, she won scholarship during a master's period, scholarship for our PhD program. And I can tell you categorically that she has now, you know, gained some global recognition because anywhere she is, she's a doctor. Doctor is going to be in her name via career pursuits. There are some of you here, you can't do the 4 things I've mentioned. You can't build a community. Some people say, where do I even want to start from? I can't even manage people. Some people can't even manage WhatsApp. Once they become an admin of WhatsApp, you are fidgeting. What will I say? What will I do? You can't own a community. You can't build a brand. Some people say, I don't even have strength for social media. Online branding, I don't have strength. You can't own a business. It's fine. Tap into NGO. You can own an NGO. Or you can build your career. You can build your career to a level where they start inviting you to different locations to come and give speech. So those are the 5 ways to connect to the global world. And I'm giving you an example of people that have gotten to their summit, if not close to the summit of their career. Dr. Bola Oni, earning a lot of money in nursing council. Guys, you don't have an idea the kind of money these people are earning as a career professional. We have Professor Priska Olabisi Adejumo, brilliant woman. When it comes to research, she's one of the top guys in nursing, earning a lot of money through research work. They are begging these people to come and impact and influence research work, to come and analyze data, you know, as a result of their career pursuit. We have Donna Cardiolo and Florence Nanzige. Yes, gentle rest in peace. Mrs. Dorcas a lot of people know Mrs. Dorcas. She's the head of Director of Nursing in Lagos State. Professor Omolola Oladun. These are guys in nursing that have actually done well in their career. And via career, they are able to connect to the global world. What is stopping you guys? So these are, some of the success tips for career development. Invest in yourself, develop a career plan, choose a nursing specialty, build and utilize your network, have a mentor and get yourself a coach, which is very, very important. Examine your wardrobe. Don't dress shabbily. As a professional, you need to dress very well. Well kept and groomed. Keep your resume up to date. You never can know when opportunity is going to come. People say submit your CV, build your portfolio to that level where all your document is at your fingertip. They say apply here, you have your document. There are some people that say send your CV. Then first of all, say let me get to. All of these things should actually be at your fingertip. Always pursue professionalism, continue your professional development, and take vacations when needed. So I've ended that phase of you tapping into the global community or global world, or taking your stake in the global world, and things you can do outside of bedside. Those are the things you can do. I'm not here to tell you for you what are the things to do outside bedside. Start business or start going to create YouTube channel or start selling import and market. No. You need to find your voice in all of these 5 things that I've mentioned. Those are the things you can do outside of bedside nursing. It's either you own a community, while you are working, you are building your community. While you are working, you are building your brand, or while you are working, you're building your business. All of these examples I give, some of them are still under paid employer. Or while you are building your business, you are building an NGO. Or while you are building your business, you are building your career. Your work will not stop you from doing these 5 things. So choose your battle, choose your stress, choose the one that you are comfortable with. You don't have any option to give excuse. So let's move on to the use of technology. In everything you do, you need technology in this digital world that we are living in. For me to be able to communicate with you guys, I know how much I invested in getting the lighting, my phone. I'm using 2 phones. I have my iPhone, I have Samsung, I have my laptop, I have mic. I have all of this place set up, just to be able to communicate and impact life in this way. So for you to do some of these 5 things that I've mentioned, you need to invest in tools. And I've given you option here, iPhone or Samsung. No discredit to other phones. There are very good phones that are out there that are not Samsung or iPhone. But start with Samsung or iPhone. Good ones, the latest ones, if you can afford it. Get a good laptop. It's sad, when you talk to some nurses and you say you want to give them some project to do, and they say they don't have a laptop. So if you are here, you don't have a laptop. Yes, some of you are smart. I mean, who really? People don't have laptop. Yes, some people don't. But there are some skills you need. There's some impact you want to. There's some influence you want to get. There's some place you want to go to. You have to just get all these gadgets. You need them. You need it. And then, there are some online platforms like Canva Premium, InShot Premium, YouTube Premium, WhatsApp Business that can actually influence some of these things that I've mentioned. And then moving on to networking. In my life, I've been a huge privilege. I've gained a lot from networking in my life. Like, I can't count the number of things that I would have spent money on. But as a result of my network, I do not have to pay, So I can bore you with a lot of examples, but I'm not going to go there. What I want you to know is the importance of networking. The importance of networking. Maxwell, am I still in track with my time? And can you guys
Yes.
still hear?
Yeah, we can hear you. Continue.
Yes, we are with you.
All right. So taking advantage of social media, I think, to be very honest with you guys, a lot of people underestimate the impact that social media can get when it comes to networking. And I want you to take this seriously. My project with Vigo Healthcare Drive, I initiated a conversation with the CEO on Instagram. And from just introducing myself on Instagram, and I had a portfolio, don't forget. See, in life, build yourself. Oh God. I want to speak in tongue, but this is a training. You need to build yourself. If you don't have portfolio, what do you present? You want to network with me, you don't have anything. Like that thing, it will not flow. So build yourself, do things. Because there's some network that will come with ease. You don't need to stress it. You just need to introduce yourself, send the links to some of the projects you have done, some of the activities you have done in the past. The person are willing to connect with you. You understand what I'm saying? So build yourself where you see opportunities to network strategically. Don't just come into DM and say, hello, I have a question I'd like to ask you, and then wait for the person to respond to your hello, or wait for the person to respond to your DM. Network strategically. And why should you network? You need network to build your net worth. You need net because there are some things you want to buy in life that money cannot buy. It is only your net worth that will buy it. Guys, there are some clubs you can't join, irrespective of the amount of money you have. They will tell you that before you can join that club, one of the members of that club will recommend you. I want to speak in talk at that. If you understand that, you understand the importance of network. That there are some circles that you need in your life. If you don't have that network, your money will not bring you to that circle. There are some circles that don't need money. You can't pay your way into that circle. It is somebody that will say, I know this person, and I know is worthy of joining this circle. There's a group on WhatsApp that I joined, and it's a group where doctors discuss. And it was built for healthcare workers in general, but it was filled mostly with doctors. And it was one of the times where I was advocating on social media, discussing things, pushing myself on social media, Twitter. And one of the doctors just said, this guy is a voice to reckon with among nurses. We need to have him in our circle. And then I networked with the person and they added me to that circle. Guys, I can't pay money to join that kind of WhatsApp group. Who will I bribe? Even if they want to add me, they need to see my portfolio. What are you bringing to the table? So network your way to some level where you want to get to in life, to some impact you want to do. You have to network your way into it. And then when you are networking, it's more like bringing things to the table. You need to bring value to the table and say, I'm coming with this. When I pitched my idea with Vigo Healthcare Drive, I went into her DM and I told her that I've worked with an organization based in the US called Favor Healthcare Services. I work with an organization based in Dubai called Prudent Healthcare Foundation. I'm also an American Heart Association instructor. I own a community of nurses. When I started saying all those things, she just said, don't worry, I'll book a call with you. And they said, provide me with available time, book the call with me. And then she shared the idea with me that, okay, I would like to do some projects in Nigeria. How do you think I can go about it? And I said, I can help you organize everything. Just, and I sorted it out. She flew into Nigeria. The first day I went to meet her at the hotel in Lagos. From the hotel, we went to execute the project in Babcock University. From Babcock University, we flew to ABU Zaria. From ABU Zaria, we flew down to Lagos last week, and then she flew back. She came with her team as well. Phenomenal. I don't need to start disclosing, the money. I've been on different platforms. I've been on different groups. I've discovered some ideas. I've executed some ideas that are better as a result of my network. There are some things you even want to, there are some questions you need answer for. But if you don't know the right people, you will suffer. You will suffer the long process. You will suffer the long process. Know people. If you don't have money, have people. And the best way to have people is for you to develop yourself, for you to have your portfolio, do things. If you have voice, talk. If you can do something, do it. If you can write, write. Let people know you can write. Don't just sit down in a nutshell and just be looking, be an onlooker. Take yourself out of the crowd and come on the stage. We need people on the stage, guys. The ground floor is too crowded. We don't know who is who. It's crowded. Come on, come up. Come up the ladder. We need voice in nursing. Because I feel like, I meet a lot of nurses every day of my life, a lot of healthcare workers, and I feel like, God, you're so talented. Like, you don't have an idea of these skills that you have. If you're able to cook this skill, volunteer your way, network, impact, you'll be going global. Public speaking is one of them. Networking, branding, organizing, advocating, training. Develop your skills, guys, and network your way to life. And then how do you network? First impression counts. Communicate effectively. Don't say hi, hello. Send your message at once. Don't be shy. No is no. If you network with somebody and the person says no, it's fine. Don't be shy. Dress well, communicate well, smell nice. Join professional forum and ask questions. Don't just join group and be silent. Ask questions. Ah, God, I've met a lot of people from joining WhatsApp group. Just going to their gym and say, we're both, how did you get my number? We're both on the same mutual group. And then the conversation just goes on from there. So when you join WhatsApp group, don't just lie dormant. Connect with people. Since you have joined this summit, I don't know if there's a community or a group for you guys. How many people have you met? Connect with people. Hello, hi. You know, my name is so. How is the summit going? I think Abiodun's session was very impactful. You know, what do you think about his session? I think I like Victor Eze's session, and I humbly look forward to the Sentinel session as well. But what do you do? I'm a nurse. Yeah, you're a nurse. Oh, cool. So how is life treating? And then from there, you never know the kind of information that this person is going to give you that's going to take you to another level. So network your way. Attend professional events, not just free ones, but paid ones. Leverage on social media. Leverage on social media. There are some people that you can tweet to and they'll respond, but real life, they might not answer you, you know. So leverage social media, go into people's DM, volunteer your way, stay positive, post online wisely. The kind of things you post online will attract the kind of network people are going to, you know, the kind of network that's going to draw towards you. If what you are posting is laugh, anything that is funny, it's people that life is funny to them that's going to, you know, draw towards you. Unless you are doing that for business or you are using that to, you know, promote your business or promote your community. You know, become an influencer. That way people, you don't even need to network, people network to you. Nursing is not your calling, guys. I'm sorry to say that. But some of you here that still have that ideology that nursing is your calling is a lie. Nursing is not your calling. That's the lie that has been sold to many of us. Nursing is your profession. You were trained to become a nurse. You were trained to become a nurse. So just the way that you're trained to become a nurse, you can be trained to become anybody who you want to be in life. You can be trained to become a good businesswoman. You can be trained to become a business owner, a creator, you know, somebody that is, you know, worthy of being reckoned with globally. You can train your way to anything. So don't just limit yourself with the ideology that you're a nurse. If I limit myself to the ideology of a nurse, there's no way in nursing that says, as a nurse, you must write a book. You must write 3 books. No way in nursing. There's no way in nursing that says you must become an American Heart Association instructor. But I didn't limit myself to my calling. That a lot of people say nursing is a calling. I saw nursing as a profession, and I knew my life was more. You know, there's no way in nursing that says you must become a creative designer. There's no way in nursing that say organize 1 week virtual program for your colleagues. There's no way in nursing that states that that's your responsibility. But I took the initiative. The rewards are out there. A lot of lives were impacted. Till date, somebody messaged me yesterday and said, want to know about process of migrating to Ireland and all that. I just copied the link and sent to her. You know, there are some of you here, you'll be so amazed with the results you're going to achieve after this session, after this webinar. If only you are able to take action, just take action, act on this. And one thing I'm going to also encourage you guys to do is, if you have the privilege of rewatching this session, rewatch it again. There's some information that first encounter, your mind is going to resist it. Your mind is going to say, no, this is not for me. I can't do this. But listen to it again, digest it. Let it sink from your conscious to your subconscious. You will understand some of the things I'm saying. Rewatch this session again. Let your mind be exposed to the information, to your possibility in life. This is the least that I can do in nursing, but I'm still doing it. But for some of you, you are voiceless. Nobody knows you. Your name, nobody can reckon with you. Only your family and friends. You know, but you know in you that you have the capacity to be global. You have the capacity to hold a stake in this economy, that when they are making certain decisions, I'm involved. You know, when they are decide, as I am, like I said earlier, with all sense of humility, when it comes to nursing community in Nigeria, if you mention 3 people and you do not mention NJO or you don't mention Abiodun, you are not mentioning names. You know, so some of you here are listening to me. You need to develop your community, develop your business, develop your brand, develop your career. Guys, develop an NGO, and then you see the growth from there. So take nursing as your profession. Don't let nursing limit you. What can you do outside nursing? Who are you? I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. Stop that. Who are you as a person? I'm a creative. I like training people. I like impacting people. That is who I am. But I'm a trained professional nurse. I'm not just a nurse, an emergency nurse. So in this slide, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my failures because it's all sweet. Nurse Abiodun, it's all sweet. I want to be like you. Nurse Abiodun, I want to be like you. I was denied US visa. I applied as a student. Yeah, it was one of the most devastating experiences of my life. I cannot forget that experience. When you get to the counter, the question they will ask you is, can I see your passport? I present my passport. And then the lady said, where am I going? I said, I'm going to school in the US. I mentioned the name of the university. I gave her the, she asked me that, why did I choose the university? I gave her reasons. I've done all the practice. And while I was saying it, she just handed me that blue paper and said, sorry, you can reapply after 14 working days. Next. It was a devastating moment. But did I give up? No. So there are some of you, the idea is there. Some of you have even written some things down that you want to do. But because of the challenges that life has thrown at you, you just look at those things and say, am I even worthy of doing those things? Am I even worthy enough after going through all of this? Am I even worthy enough? No. As I am, I've lost 2.5 million naira to Nigerian scammers. And this was not 2010. This was during my period of cooking myself, developing myself. I did wrong investments, lost all my money. So all those money I was telling you I was making, doing trainings up and down, sold out, packed out, do that, calm down, shut down. I lost everything now. Initially, I lost 1.5, I lost 500, and I lost 500. It was not at once, but it was within 3 months. I wanted to go mad. I invested in forest companies. All those companies that promise you 20% every month. I did it. Yes, I'm guilty. But even though I did all of those things, even though I had all of those challenges, you are not the one talking to me, I'm the one talking to you. I am still worthy enough for me to be saying, for the organizer to say, to come and speak with these guys because of the things you have gone through, because of the things you have seen. If you know what it means for you to work and then you save up 2.5, 2.5 is just estimate, it was more. And then you lost it all to wrong investment, wrong choice. And then even at that, you still come online, you still show up to life prepared, you smile, you grind. Whereas you have those things, those pains. So you don't have an excuse, just do you. I don't even have a degree. I don't have a degree. There are some of you here listening to me, you have masters in nursing. I don't have a degree yet. I only have RN and I have my specialty in emergency nursing. But am I growing myself? Yes. Am I developing myself? Yes. Am I in school? Yes, I'm in school. I don't want to go take you through that journey of why does he not have a degree now, or why is he yet to have his degree? Even at that, I still show up. I still do things. I still make impact. I don't let those things to weigh me down and say, you are not supposed to be talking when degree holders are talking. You're not supposed to be talking when PhD holders are. Guys, I have sessions with people that have PhDs, discussing with them, strategic discussions. How do you implement these things? You know. And some of you here, you have masters, or you are doing your masters, or you have degree. So you don't have an excuse. In fact, you are more than qualified enough to do anything you want to do. God has given you the gift, the audacity. Some of you, is audacity that you need to become a voice to be reckoned with in this global economy. Time is going, guys. So you do not have an excuse. I fucked up many times, guys. I have fucked up many times. Where I'm supposed to smile, I have frowned. Where I'm supposed to frown, I have smiled. I have stories on my head that I lost a very good job. And I'm going to share that experience because sometimes if you don't share these experiences, if you don't share some of your setbacks, people don't get it. People don't understand. It's not going to be rosy. I'm not here to preach to you or to tell you that it's going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. Sometimes you're going to doubt yourself. Sometimes you're going to feel down. Even people that know you are going to smile at you when you're doing some certain things. When I started NGO and I was pushing NGO brand, I was saying my colleagues were saying, what is he doing? You are creating job. You that are creating job, where is your job? Do you have a good job? Are you even qualified enough? But look at what the brand has done today. If I have stopped then, there won't be any NGO to reckon with today. You understand? So I fucked up many times. There was a job interview I went to, guys. I was to work with Total as oil and gas industry, to work on offshore. And then the job, rough estimate was close to 400,000 per month. And then we went for the first interview. I passed. I'm an emergency nurse. Come on, what are you saying? When I did the first interview, the lady was asking me about CPR. Guys, I want to use one word. I matala the CPR. You know when you are doing CPR, and I'll convert the interview to training. I was training the person that was interviewing me that I've been doing BLS and ACLS, and asking me to demonstrate CPR. I was giving the interviewer American standard, British standard, first aid standard. She was now asking me questions. So you mean, I killed the first interview. They were so happy for me to come for the second interview. I was happy. And then the second interview was just us seeing the MD of the company, and they were calling us batch by batch. And it got to my turn. I was kit up. I was dressed. Remember, I've written a book on stay employed. I know all of these employment tactics. I was well prepared. I've groomed myself. And then I walked into the room. Guys, let me give you this scenario. So when I was called, I was told to wait at the entrance of the boardroom. And I stayed at the entrance. And then the lady that was coordinating the session said, you can come in now. And I entered. Guys, when I entered, I was not overwhelmed. I was not scared. I was confident. Why I was confident was because I knew that there was no question they were going to ask me that I don't have an answer to. You know, so I was so confident. I entered the boardroom. I saw the MD. I saw other people. And I said, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, ma. They didn't respond. And I pulled one of the chairs in the boardroom and I sat on the chair. And you know, when you go for interview, you have your portfolio in a file, your CV, your document, and I put the portfolio on the table. You know, sitting down to hear what they are going to ask me, the questions they're going to ask me. And what the MD said is that, dear Mr. Abiodun, thank you so much for coming for the interview. You can take your leave now. Guys, oh, I can't forget that day. Imagine somebody that is, you know, eager, you know, I'm excited. I'm already thinking of things I'm going to do once I get the job. You know, you're happy. And then it's just for you to meet the MD, you know, more like say meet the owner of the company, and then they've signed final document, and then I become the nurse that's working in oil and gas, because that was what everybody were willing to do, work in oil and gas. That's what any male nurse you see, I want to work in oil and gas. You know, and the man said, that's the end of the interview. I thought it was a joke. You know, right there and then, I was sweating under my armpits. Guys, there are some situations where you get to, under AC, you will be sweating. Oh, the room will be cold, but you'll be sweating because the heat is internally generated. I felt like that. I was wearing suit, but the armpit of the suit was wet because it was as if a whole world crumbled. And I was startled. I was looking around like, what is this? Why would you say that's the end? So he saw that I was not willing to leave. So he said, okay, that I'm going to explain to you what you did wrong. And I said, yes, I'm willing to know. I want to learn. He said, when you come into a boardroom like that, you don't sit down. You are offered a seat. They will tell you sit. That's when you sit. He said, me drawing the chair to sit down shows that I'm arrogant, that I'm too confident, that I won't be able to manage their customers. Huh? Guys, I wanted to tell the MD and say, can I replay? Sir, I am the most humble people you have ever met. I'm humble. Hey, but there was no second chance. And he said, please, can you take your leave? I just walk out feeling devastated. But guys, this is where I am. You know, I fucked up many times. You know, lost opportunities. There was an NGO TB organization. They wanted to recruit me then for their NGO job. And I know one of the MD for that company because he knows me while I was doing my training. He knows my competency. And I was close to getting the job, but I fucked up. Good pay. Guys, the pay then was 700,000 for that job. I'll be working as a TB nurse, be doing research on TB and all those things. And how did I fuck up? I saw an opportunity. Oh yeah, apply. The person sent me the opportunity to apply. I now started forwarding the job link to others and say, you too can apply, you too can apply, you too can apply. So when I was sending that link everywhere, the organization I knew, I said, who is sharing this job? They now traced the link to me. First of all, they wanted to arrest me. They said I'm using that jump link to deceive people. Now I'll send it to them because that was the way they saw it. They said this person was trying to exploit them. First of all, they said I even applied for the job. That I should forget it first. That we will now discuss police. Maybe they are going to arrest me or not. Oh, I have fucked up many times. I've fucked up. Sorry to use the word fucked up. I've messed up in many occasions. Where I am not supposed to be angry, I've been angry. Where I'm supposed to smile, I've frowned. Where I'm supposed to sit, I stood up. Where I'm supposed to stand for myself, I shut down. Where I'm supposed to advocate for myself, I didn't. So, am I the perfect person? No. But where I am here today talking to you. I am here today telling you I've written books, done projects, impact life, doing more, becoming somebody that a lot of people are eagerly waiting to hear from. The person that people can send message and call and say, I need some information, I need so. I know how many people in nursing now today that I have access to, up there, down there, as a virtue of the things that I've done. You know, so challenges will come, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared. But I will tell you with all confidence that problem is constant. Challenges are constant. As I'm talking to you, I have my challenges. So for your ability to stand out, irrespective of your challenge, that is the core attribute of you to become an exceptional person in life. Because you are saying, even though I have this challenge, I am willing to fight through to make an impact in life. Even though I am going through these difficulties, even though I have lost money, even though I was denied visa, even though, you know, I don't have a degree, even though I have lost jobs, good opportunities, I am still willing to do more. You know, so the result speaks for itself. More projects to unfold for myself, for my humble self. But you know, clarity comes by doing. You need to do. Clarity comes by doing. If you don't do, you're not going to get results. You're not going to get to where you're going to. So, taking you from my journey, where I started with training myself, there are some of you need to start from that level. You need to start from level where you need to train yourself. Some of you have trained yourself already. You don't need trainings. But you need to volunteer. You are too proud. Because of the training you have, you are too proud to volunteer. You are too proud to say, yes, sir. You are too proud to say, I can do it. You need to step down. You need to calm down. And seek succor around and say, how can I contribute? How can I make impact? How can I influence things? Some of you have graduated level of volunteer. You have volunteered, and volunteerism is in your forehead. You need to step up the game. I didn't volunteer my way into this level. Everything is in stages. You have graduated from volunteering. You have to become what they call stakeholders. You have to contribute. When they are developing projects, you say, how can I contribute? Is it financially? I'm willing to donate $100, £100. Whenever you have a project like this, I'm donating this amount because you have graduated the level of volunteering, online, offline, by virtue of geographical location. So you need to lead from volunteering to contributing. I cannot volunteer about contribute. There are some of you have graduated from, you have contribute. The level you are is for you to start organizing your own thing, organizing your own community, organizing your own career, and saying this is what I want to do. Organizing your own NGO business. Even some of your friends be saying CEO, and you are not CEO. It's because you are at that level where people feel like you are a CEO state, you are in CEO status. So you need to transcend to that level. And there are some of you here, you are at that level of CEO already. People are already calling you CEO. You own one or two organizations. You have done business. Money is not new to you. You have seen money. You understand? But you need to take it to another level. And that level where you are taking it to is global. You need to think global. What you'll be doing in your location that will be affecting people in Ekiti State, people in the US, people in America, people in Jamaica, people across the globe. That is the level some of you need to transcend. You are transcending from local to global. You are transcending. Some of you need to transcend from offline to online. You need to bring the deal online. Let people see what you are doing. Enough of offline. There are some of you need to change location for you to step up. So clarity comes by doing. In all of these things I've said briefly, doing is what ends it all. Either doing by volunteering, either doing by contributing, either doing by stepping up local or from offline to online. You need to do. So ask yourself, what will I start doing? I'm listening to this guy. I'm going to replay this video again and listen to him again. But what do I need to start doing? As I have notepad of things that I need to do every day, to get to the level I want to get to. I have this 12 rule of life that I follow, career-wise, my family, my relationship, my finance, spirituality. What are the things that I'm looking to get to? I have a direct goal. Once I have those goals, I start by doing them. So that will be the end of my session. I hope it's been an impactful session. I hope a lot of you are able to gather momentum. Some of you that have gathered grace from my story, some of you that have gathered insight and word of encouragement. But I want you to contact me. I'm very open to networking. I practice what I preach. Contact me if you want to get my book or just get it from the link that has been shared on the platform. And that is one of the ways you can actually contribute. Some of you here, you need to contribute. You need to do more than what you're doing. You know you can do more, but you need that push. So contact me to get my book. Some of you are in Nigeria, if you want to do trainings, I'm very much available. for that. Collaborations for any project. Follow me on Instagram, Abiodun NGO. Follow my organization as well, NGO Nurses. Some of you are following already, but you know, for those that are not following, but that's my number. Ask me anything. Come to my DM. But follow those principles that I shared. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, sorry. I don't know. Can we all hear my speaker louder? Okay? Can we hear a song at the background? Does anybody hear that song at the background right now?
Yes, Chief.
Yes, we can.
Yes, comrade.
It's okay. No problem. You know, there's this part where he was always like, I fucked up because last. Who never fuck up hands in the air? You know these things. All right. Well, okay. A very wonderful session. It was a very, very, very wonderful session. Please, I'd like you all to unmute your mic once again for just a few minutes and just say a word of appreciation. Thank you or something. You know, say something. God bless you. Anything. Say something nice to Mr. Abiodun. That's nice. Before we take the question and answers.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you, Abiodun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for the wonderful section. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, let's quickly unmute the microphone. We can take questions now, please. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions, please kindly send them to the comment section. Send the questions to the comment section. I've taken just a few questions here. So if you have any questions right now, please kindly send it down to the comment section. Okay, Mr. Abiodun, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. Let's take this question. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, now, quick question. Where can you get opportunities to volunteer? Suggestions for where you can get opportunities to volunteer.
But volunteering opportunities are not going to come knocking on your door. That is one thing you need to know. People are not going to come to you to offer you to volunteer. You get volunteering opportunity when you go out to ask questions. You ask the right questions. So whenever you see anything that is happening, ask yourself questions. How can I contribute? If you see anything happening, maybe an organization is organizing a program, or there's an happenings or anything, ask yourself the reality that, how can I contribute? And it's fine when you see things happening and you don't have the capacity to contribute, move on. Move on. So you can even start with your church. You can start with your environment. How can I contribute? You can start in your school. If you're schooling, you can start with any organization that you are aware of, that you're connected with. Just ask questions. How can I contribute? What do I have to contribute? Some people have money. Some people have digital skills. Some people have the act of service. Some people have strategic planning, strategic foresighting. You know, some people have project management. Some people have emotional empathy. Just ask the right questions. How can I contribute? How can I contribute? You know, you've seen my story. You've heard, how can I contribute? What can I do? Okay, this is what I can do. How can I contribute? That's the way to kickstart your volunteering skills or your volunteering journey. Ask questions for every encounter, everything you ask the right questions. How can I come?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, that was really well expatiated and really well answered. So thank you very, very much. Please, we're still waiting for more questions. If you have any questions, please can you send your questions down to the comment section. I believe this was a very, very well understood section. Like, it was so entertaining, it was so interesting, it was so enlightening. Like, it had a combination of everything: information, education, and enlightenment. At the same time, it was still entertaining. So a question just came in right now from the comment section. It says, during your challenging times, what was your motivation? So let's say, what has been your biggest motivation? What was your biggest motivation?
Yeah, that's a valid question. I mean, those times I was down, what was my motivation? My network was really my motivation. because whenever you face any challenge or encounter, and you do not have people to discuss it with, you know, particularly people that have had similar situations. So I remember when I was denied US visa, and I spoke with some of my friends that were in the US, and you know, some of them said I was denied 4 times. They were denied US visa 4 times before they were eventually granted visa. And you know, that made me to step back and say, whoa. This is my first time of being rejected. Some people have been rejected 4 times. 4 times. I'm like, wow, like what? So that humbled me and said, you just watered down my time. Like, oh, okay. This is uncommon, you know. So when you have a very strong network and you discuss some of your challenges with them, they are able to, you know, give you support that you need at that time. When I lost money, I had a very good, you know, network of people as well. You know, I explained to them, I come out clean to them and say, see, I've made a bad investment and all that. And then you just be surprised as to how people do that. Oh, we have made worse. Someone, you know, I shared the story with someone, and the person was saying that he is happy I am undergoing these things now. There is not even later in the future where I could not afford to withstand such loss, because there are some challenges you'll be facing now in life that challenge is right for your stage where you are. That is the right challenge you should face, because God has given you everything around you to guard you, to guard your mental health, to be able to withstand that challenge. Because if you face that challenge later on in life, it can break you. You understand? So those challenges built me to become who I am. But you know, my network was very, very strong. So during my challenging phase, I had a huge, heavy, strong network that helped me. And obviously, I cannot underestimate the impact of God in my life. I'm a Christian. I am unapologetic about it. And sometimes I just go on my knee and say, God, you know, this is what I'm facing. And you find a way to, you know, gladden my heart. And I still face some of the challenges to date. You know, everybody have their challenges, but don't let your challenge stop you from making impact. Shame the devil. You know, make impact still. Make impact still. That even though I'm going through all of this, I'll be globally relevant. I will fulfill the assignment I am placed on earth to fulfill. I think that way, you know, really goes a long way.
Okay. Thank you very much. Perfectly said. Well said. Perfectly said. Okay. Another question. Okay. Someone asked a quick question here. Let me quickly scroll up. Yeah. So now, how do I know when it's time to move on from volunteering? You know, for example, someone's already in the act of volunteering. So how do you know when it's time for you to move on, to follow your part?
Yeah, you know when, you see, there's what I call mindset shift. You know, there are some stages where you get to, you are volunteering, you're excited, you're happy to volunteer, you're happy. But it gets to a point where you don't derive fulfillment again. You technically know in yourself that you are just redundant here. You're not making impact. Remember, volunteering is not for you to fill the space. You are not filling the gap, you're not filling the space. You are actually making your presence known by impacting others, those around you. So there's some level where you go to, 2 things happen. It's either the impact you are making is not felt, people don't feel impacted, or what you are doing, people don't resonate with it. So you know that, no, this space, I've outgrown this space. I need to move up the ladder. You understand? So once you start feeling remorse, once you start feeling grudgy about the impact you're making, or you feel like, it's like these people are not feeling me like that, or I feel like they're not even carrying me along, you know, this is time to move on. You know, and the opportunities are boundless, guys. The opportunity, if you want to volunteer, you will volunteer tire, because the opportunities are there. You know.
Okay, thank you very much. Another question. Somebody wants to know the difference between networking and building relationships. Compare and contrast networking and building relationships.
You are building relationship that is, relationship is broad, network is specific. I'm going to give you an example. So I have a network with people that I go to when it comes to like anything with medical doctors. Those kind of people, I've never called them to discuss my relationship with them. I've never called them to say, how do we cook rice? How do we cook? Like, I've never called them to say, I want to do a tour. I call them for anything medical. That's the network is niche specific. There are some people that you engage with in your network when it comes to particular area of life. When it comes to nursing, there are some people I engage with in my network. When it comes to finance, I engage some people. When it comes to relationship, I engage some. When it comes to, so networking is niche specific. Relationship is broad. Relationship is the one you have with people that you discuss any and everything. Your friends. Today, you call your friends to discuss about the party you went to or the things you did for the day. But I can't call my network, and start discussing with them how my day went. The conversation is at that level. You understand? I hope that answered the question.
Yes, sure. That's it. That does it. Okay. Now, how do you reach out from an environment away from your environment, especially when you cannot leave your present environment?
You leverage online. Those leverage. It's global now. Leverage internet. You don't need to be physically present to make impact. There's some people in Lagos, their impact is being felt in the US here or in the UK than those that are in the UK. You understand? So guys, don't limit yourself by your geographical location. The world is borderless now. The global world is borderless. There are tools you can leverage to make impact. We're all connected from different parts of the world today. I don't know your location. Some of you are in Lagos, some of you are in the UK here, some are in the US. But the impact is being felt. So I don't need to physically, move myself from one location to another for my impact to be felt. Just leverage the tools around you and then, take it from there.
Okay, thank you very much. Something Prince Abiodun said one time. He said the physical presence is now a smaller resolution compared to your online presence. So thanks to the social media, thanks to the internet, we can now be a form of omnipresence, because currently we have people who are viewing from different parts of the world. We have those from the United Kingdom, we have those from the United States, those from Canada, and perhaps those from Asia and different countries across the globe. Even someone actually sent me a DM and said, good night, it's time for me to go and get some rest. And well, in some part of the world, I think the morning has just started, and in some other part of the world, the night has come and it's noon somewhere else. So thank you very much for that perfect answer, sir. Okay, on another question, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your presence. So what are some practical starting points you can recommend moving on from volunteering? Yeah. So that's moving on from volunteering. What are some practical starting points you can recommend?
So the practical starting points is those 5 things I mentioned. Max, 5 things.
Okay, yes, okay. I think I'll find a way to project that across to the group later on so they can get it as a major highlight. Yeah. Okay.
Number one is the community. If you're a volunteer, can you build your own community? Can you build your own business? Can you build your own NGO, non-for-profit? Can you build your brand? Or can you build your career? Those are the 5 key things. So once you think that you want to transcend from volunteering to taking your stake in the global world, tap into one of those 5 things.
Okay.
Or more. Some people do 2, some people do 3.
Nice. Okay, now speaking of that now, I'm going to ask a very, very funny yet technical question. Okay, now as a registered nurse of the United Kingdom, now what can I do, or what can you do to make at least £1,000 monthly? What do you suggest?
You work. You stay employed, you get gainful employment. But I think currency should not limit people. You can actually earn that money in another currency, leveraging digital tools. And some of the digital tools are highlighted in some of my books that I've written. If anybody can lay their hands on it, or the person that asks the questions. So you can earn from anywhere you are. you know, the £1,000 is even small to what some people can earn. You can earn any amount. All you need to do is what currency, where is your audience, what are you tapping into? Are you leveraging on the community you have to build our funds? Are you leveraging, do you have a business? Do you have a brand you want to market? Or do you have a non-for-profit you want to seek for grants? Or you have a career? And when it comes to career, that's where you see people now doing agency job, extra work, and all those things. So there are multiple ways you can earn more than £1,000 in the UK. Multiple ways. But you need to tap into that 5 things I mentioned. You want to leverage your community, probably by selling products for them, or you want to own a business. You don't necessarily need to own a business in the UK. You can own a business in Nigeria that will be paying you, you know, and then when you convert the currency, it's even more than £1,000, depending on the type of business you're doing. Or you want to own a non-profit, or you want to, you know, leverage on your career. You understand? So it's a really broad question, and the options are very, very open. But leverage those 5 things, those 5 cardinal points I mentioned, and yeah, get those books.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Totally amazing. Now, another question. Now, you're a global nurse. You're a wonderful personality. I mean, we know you're a graphic designer, and you're also into the crypto world, and you do so many things. Of course, everybody knows the great Abiodun of the NGO. Now, what's it like for you? What does it feel like for you being both a nurse, a graphics designer, and into other things you do, and being an author as well? So do you think you are at the point of your life where you are comfortable, or you want to make room for other things as well, or do you think you should lift some things off and just focus on one? What's it like for you?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, like you said. I'm actually in that point of my life where I'm actually stumbling into things. So I kind of feel like you can't just box individual into one thing. Even, let's just do an example of like pastors. Like if you look at pastors like Pastor Idepo, he's an author. Pastor Idepo is a trainer, he's a pastor, he's a father, you know, he's a mentor. You understand? He's a coach, he's a counselor. You understand what I'm saying? But it was just that one core thing that people used to know him is he pastors, you know, Faith Living Tabernacle. And that way, it's just like what I said when it comes to like nursing is not a calling. If you box yourself as a nurse, you find it difficult to transcend into other things. You understand? So it's not about me multitasking or about me doing multiple things. It's about me doing all of these things that are involved around nursing. What have I written a book about? It's still nursing. What am I training? What am I training? Is it not still nurses? You know, my digital and creativity, is it not for nursing things? So a lot of people think that it's doing multiple things. Is that no? All of these things still comes under nursing. I'm just doing these things for nursing. You understand? But I didn't limit myself. So you need to think outside the box to say beyond nursing, what are the things I can do that involve? So like I said, Pastor Idepo, the great man of God, but all of this mentorship is still around evangelism. His books is still around evangelism. You know, his counseling is still around evangelism. So you want to ask yourself, what can I do apart from that nursing thing that you are just going to work to do? What are the things I can do? Those things might still involve around nursing, some might not. There are some people here that are into digital skills, they can create websites, but the website they are creating is for mostly nurses and medical practitioners. You understand? So it's an interesting one because, to be very honest, I'm happy with it because it's more like I'm doing one thing. It's more like you own a compound, but you have engine room, you have parlor, you have bedroom, you have a cage for dog. You know, it's just like you have multiple things, but all of them are still under one compound. You get? So don't look at it like you have multiple houses. These houses are inside one compound. These skills are inside one person. And most of the things I use it for is for nursing, healthcare, and impacting people around me.
Okay, thank you very, very much. I think we've exhausted most of the questions we have, and you being a wonderful, no, I won't say a basket of wisdom now, because sometimes basket they leak. In fact, you're a full bowl of wisdom, a full drum of it. Thank you so much. We've benefited and gained so much from you. Your session today has really, really been a wonderful one and has really been an eye-opener for a whole lot of us. Okay, now, before we close this session, we would like to have final words from you. So what final words do you have for your audience today, sir?
Yeah, final words. I've started a YouTube channel, and in my YouTube channel, I usually interview people. I've done a series of interviews for different people. I actually used to have, at the end of the interview, I asked them, what's your final word? And there's no right or wrong final words to me. I just think that this is the ideology that I want people that are listening to me to take. That number one is, this is all a journey. It's not a one-day thing. Abiodun NGO is not a one-day person. I didn't grow to become like this. I actually undergo the process. And on the process, I have my wins and I have my, I've lost things, I've won things. And the most important thing is that I keep going. I still do. So I want this session of mine to be a session where people don't just like, some people have been, sometimes you just have this information, you need to act. But it's just that some people have difficulty of how to go ahead with what they are going to do. They have the idea in their mind, but the execution is difficult. So that's why I have my number posted earlier. I can help with, okay, you have all of this in your mind, but how do you start? How do you table it down? So that we can start seeing results. Results is the most important thing. Life is not going to reward the person that tried. Nobody wants to hear, but he tried. What people hear is, what's the outcome? What is the outcome? Nobody's going to say he made the attempt. If you go to school and you not graduate, nobody's going to gift you with degree certificate and say, but at least you spent 5 years in university. Let's gift you that gift. No. So you need to do and get result and make that impact so that your reward will be complete. You say, but I have the idea. Ideas are not going to execute themselves. So you need to start doing. Don't just pay for this program, listen to all of these things we have said. Like I said, there are some sessions you need to listen again to digest it. Listen again. Listen at least 2-3 times. This is what I practice. Once I get a message, I listen to it 2-3 times. It will get to a point that I'm almost repeating what the speaker is saying. That way, it's subconscious in my mind. Unknowingly, I'm starting executing what those people are saying. So listen to some sessions again, execute, have a strategic map to execute, get a mentor, get somebody that's going to coach you, get my books, connect with me, ask questions, relevant questions. And all I can say is just, man, I wish you all the best in your struggle and you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much for a very wonderful session. Like, really appreciate you. We'd like you to leave your social media handles on the platform so that we can get to connect with you, reach out to you at any time.
Did you share the link to my books on the group?
Yes, please. The link to your book as well. Everything will be sent across.
Yes, just drop it in the chat room. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.